All right, so just started mixing my epoxy. Today I'm going to be working on some stemless wine tumblers, doing some Halloween themed ones. So I'm actually just glittering the bottoms, and then I'm leaving the top clear for my decals. I gotta find my stirrers. I'm really bad about cleaning off my epoxy from my stir sticks. I always let it harden and then I have to pop it off. So what I did to tape off my wine glasses, it was actually I got the suggestion from someone in the group. Meg had posted some wine glasses she was working on and had asked how people get their straight lines, and I do not remember the woman's name, so I apologize. But she said to fill the wine glasses with water and then tape off, which makes total sense. So that's what I did. I'm doing 4, and I filled each of them with 1 cup of water and then taped them off, and it worked excellently. Not even sure if that's a word. But I love using the epoxy method for applying glitter, whether it is to the bottom of cups or a whole cup or an ombre. I started doing with Mod Podge, tried the Loctite method as well, and I just really prefer the epoxy method. I think I get a better coverage, and it's pretty fast, I feel. And then you can do your flood coat. I just think it lays better, and then I don't end up having to use so much epoxy to cover it. And there's not nearly as much sanding, especially now that I've started using counterculture. It covers my glitter. The flood coat is like flawless. I don't ever have to like sand and then do another coat. So the glasses that I'm using, they're not actually glass. They are the shatterproof plastic ones. I got them from Walmart today. I was there with my daughter and one of her friends. They desperately needed art supplies to paint today, so we went to Walmart after we went and got breakfast. So I just used that electrical tape to tape it off, and then I am using several different color glitters from 2 different companies. Most of the ones I'm using are from the Glitter Guy, and then there's one I'm using from Yaya's from Sass and Crafts. So I am going to be using Cattails from Yaya's, then Gritty, which I believe now is called Old Gritty on their website. There's 2 different ones. Then Wicked, which I love. And then I am using Black Cat, but this was the last little bit of my Black Cat. So normally if I want some sparkle to it, I will mix it in a cup. But since this was my last bit of Black Cat before I reordered, I went ahead and I added some holographic from Michael's. It's a big thing. It's over there somewhere. So I just went ahead and mixed that, and then a little bit of Cullen, I believe it was, that I added to it in here, because Black Cat itself does not have all of the shimmer after epoxy. So, and I like that. Sometimes I like using it without the extra bling for some of my rims or certain cups, but for this I wanted bling, so I'm going to order some more of it. And then the turner that I am using today, instead of trying to show you all my turners, I'm going to use one and then move each cup over to one of my other ones. But the turner I'm using today, and I'll show you here shortly when I turn y'all down, is from Heartcraft Girl. So it is the same turner, not the exact same one because you're getting a brand new one, but it's the same turner that we're going to be giving away to a lucky member of the group once we hit our 2,000 members. So we are so close. So keep inviting your crafting friends. Please do us a favor and don't invite people that don't craft, have zero interest in it, just to get us to hit that number. We want 2,000 members with folks that want to be active, contribute, and have fun and learn. Not just any Joe Smo on your friends list that's like, what's this group? But do also, as you're inviting people, let them know that even though they're invited to it, in order for because all membership has to be approved, in order for us to approve their membership, they do need to go through, answer the questions, read the rules, and agree to them. If they do not do all of those things, then we do not accept their membership, just for y'all's protection. And the safety of the group, to make sure that we don't have fake accounts or anything joining in. So with that being said, let's glitter some cups. So I'm going to turn you down and show you. So this is the turner. It comes with just a few pieces that need to be assembled. But the cord on this, even though this looks a whole lot like the rotisserie motors, the cord on this is much longer than on the short little ones for the rotisserie motors. So that's great. It also has this cover over the power button, which I love because I have gotten epoxy on mine before. And then it's got this rod with this attachment on it. So it just goes straight on like that. And so it's got some materials. You just got to screw in a few pieces, and then it does come with holes drilled so that you can attach it to another board or to your workspace if you choose. Excuse me. So since I'm only glittering the bottoms, I'm just using regular pool noodles for my cups. If I am glittering the entire cup, then I do use footballs, depending on the size. So these are a little bit larger. So for these, I would put use my footballs, but I would also take some shelf liner and wrap it around so that it doesn't wobble. You can also use some of the bigger footballs and just cut the ends off, and that also works great for your wine glasses. like I said, today, since I don't have to worry about epoxy getting onto my pool noodles from the edge and, you know, epoxying my my stuff on there, I'm just using these because they're snug and they make sure that my wine glass is nice and level. And I know for some of y'all this may be a pretty basic thing to do, but one of the things that me and the admins have been kind of identifying and discussing is there is a good bit of things that we do not have tutorials on, just more of the basics, and we are a group for everybody. Doesn't matter what your skill level is. So I wanted to start doing some more tutorials and lives, just showing some of the basic techniques. So maybe going live and doing just a whole tumbler epoxy method, kind of from start to finish on a couple cups. Or I did a 30-ounce fabric tumbler on the standard style. How to actually apply that with the curve. I used actually used a 40-ounce of the Ozark Trail tumblers with cotton lycra. So I'll probably go back and show how I do a cotton woven too. So anything that y'all would like to see, even if it's something really basic, or you want to see, you know, epoxy method versus Mod Podge method, things like that, just let us know. Send an admin a message or post on the group, or if there's something that you would just like to go live and share. Remember, every month we do have our live contest. So if you do a live or a pre-recorded tutorial, anything like that for the group, you get entered into a contest at the end of the month for some freebies for helping out. So with the epoxy method, if you're not familiar with it, you just want a real thin layer of epoxy. If you do it too heavy, then when you sprinkle your glitter, in some areas the glitter will be absorbed by the epoxy and you get these real slick looking spots, and so you can fix it easily as long as you come back and take note of it just by sprinkling more epoxy on it. But you just have to be aware. Right, so got that. So let's see, I'm going to do gritty first. So start with my bottom. Now, if I wanted a real bright orange with this gritty, I would probably spray paint it first. But one of the main things that I want with these glasses is I want you to be able to see the glitter from the inside and the out, rather than if I spray painted it, then from the inside you really only be able to see the orange spray paint, which there's nothing wrong with that if that's the look you're going for. right. I like kind of rolling the bottoms. So you've got this nice thick pile of glitter. So I normally will roll my edges and the bottom in there a little bit. Make sure I've got some real nice coverage. Just gonna make sure that this edge is got good coverage as well, so that when I pull my tape off, I have a nice crisp glitter line. Knock off any extra. And voila. So what I do is I wait about 30-45 minutes, and then I pull off my tape. And that's true. Hey, Mona. That's true for doing this layer as well as any flood coats. Anytime I'm applying epoxy and I've got edges taped off, I normally just wait the 30-45 minutes. So I'll let this spin for probably another hour on one of my other turners, and then I can take it off and put it on my drying rack for probably one more hour, and then I'll go back and I will retape off and do my flood coat. Now, anytime that I have this glitter line, and then whether it's a wine glass or a tumbler, that I've got some exposed area, when I retape, I always just put my tape a little bit higher so that when I do my epoxy over, the glitter is sealed really well. And we're not going to have any issues with any moisture, liquid, water getting underneath that glitter, underneath that epoxy, so we get a nice, good seal. So I'm going to move this one over to one of my homemade turners, which many of you may have seen before in my lives. They're not very pretty. So next one. Oh, and just in case any of you are seeing any of these water drops, that's all on the inside. I washed these right before I brought them down, so we've got, I didn't dry them completely on the inside. They're all dry on the outside. And these acrylics to prep, it's really just cleaning with warm water, Dawn dish soap. I don't sand or anything like that like we do for the stainless steel. has been my experience that epoxy takes very well to plastic and acrylics. Again, just make sure you get nice thin but total coverage. If you feel that you have too much epoxy, then I just take a finger, push real hard up against it, and then see, I don't have a big drop, but if you do that, pressing hard against it, and you pull your finger away and you've got this big drop that's pulling down, you've got too much for the epoxy method in that area. And then I just will scrape it back off into my container. So it's not a big deal if you end up with too much. Like I said, you just want to make sure that you don't have too much and have odd coverage with your epoxy. These were from Walmart, Mona. I got them today. And I'd never seen them there before. I've seen acrylics wine glasses before, but I had not seen them where they were real cost efficient. I think these were about $2.50 each. And they're larger wine glasses too, which I like. So I like a lot of wine. So yeah, they're the BPA free, shatterproof. See what? Says anything else on here? Distributed by Walmart. Made in China. Alright, so let's see. The next one I'm going to do Wicked. Yeah, I was looking for larger wine glasses to do, and I had seen these before and I debated on getting them. But I just wanted some larger wine glasses to do some of my fall designs that I have. And they redid my Walmart, and they don't sell like the 4, 6, or 12 packs of the larger wine glasses. All they have are the really small Lumineer brand stemless wine glasses at my Walmart, and I was super bummed because I wanted to do some quick ones. I knew I wanted to do a live today, so I didn't feel like ordering them online and then waiting for them to be delivered. I mean, I'm probably still going to do that, but so when I went there today and I saw these, yeah, I've been kind of holding out on offering these as like a permanent option online. There's really only 1 or 2 designs that I get too many orders for on Etsy, and one of them is my Harry Potter inspired After All This Wine Always designs. That's really my big seller for just wine glass, just glass and decal. But I'm always so nervous shipping glass. I've never had anything arrive broken or damaged, but I'm just super paranoid. But I'm not sure if these are going to be something that Walmart continues to sell. So I may look in, if they end up selling well, I'm gonna list, I think, a couple and do glass and or the plastic options and see comparatively which one sells better. And if they end up being a hit, then I may look into buying a whole bunch of them. I really don't sell that many wine glasses, even wine tumblers. I keep making wine tumblers because I love them and I love wine. And I love a good, big wine glass. It makes me feel better about myself. I've only had one glass of wine. It was just in this giant wine glass that was really half the bottle of wine, but I only had one glass. Oh, excuse me. Off some of that excess, and ta-da! Isn't this color so gorgeous? Just wait until I post pictures of it after epoxy. I love it. Wicked. And I love that I actually have two glitters called Wicked, but they're different colors. So this is a green with kind of a hint of purple color shift. And then I have another Wicked that is from Feather Bear Bling. That is a chunkier glitter, and it is purple with like a hint of green. So they're kind of reversed from each other, and that just tickles me. Hello, Jessica. Anyone else doing crafty things today? I'm not doing too many crafty things. I just had to escape for a little bit. My daughter's friend she has sleepover with is still here. So if you hear anything that sounds like a herd of buffalo or a stampede of elephants, that would be the two of them running up and down the hallway upstairs. They are wild when they get together. It's actually one of my best friend's daughters that's over. Excuse me. This weather is just killing me. I haven't been crafting in days. I've been working on our kitchen, redoing the cabinets. And while it's been satisfying to do, I did still feel like I was going into crafting withdrawals. But I've been looking at all the wonderful things y'all are creating, and it is helping me get through it. I was going to forget to move this one time. Finish a sign for a local business. Didn't you post? I think you posted some pictures when you were working on some of those decals and everything. I saw it's a pretty good size sign, isn't it, Jessica? That's awesome. You get to make a sign for a business like that. Small business helping small business. I like it. I have other things and other orders and some stock ready to, or some ready to sell stuff. I've been trying to build up some inventory for that. Just slowly build it up for before Christmas so I don't have to worry about nothing but made to order things. I ran into that last year. So many people wanting last minute Christmas presents. But waiting till the last minute, and some of them just get nasty. So I'd like to have more ready to ship options, like a lot more, so that, and tell them will know, but what I can do is just put a decal and name, personalize it on these cups, and have that as an offering for them. And then I can enjoy my holidays a little bit more. But that's really what I've been trying to work on. But it's almost fall, so I really just want to do fall and witchy things. Oops, I dropped my glove. Oh no, I dropped my glove and now it's covered in dog hair. I shall have to get another one. It's huge. Cool. Make sure to post lots of pictures when you're done with that sign, Jessica. I'd love to see it, like, at the business. That's so cool. Ooh, 60% off coupon to Joann's. What you gonna get, Mona? I wish we had a Joann's near us. It's just, it's such a drive. The 60% I would save with a coupon, I'd spend in gas. The closest one's about an hour away from me. Just like closest Michael's and all that stuff. It's always a good drive. It's dangerous when I do go, because I have to make a big day of it and hit up all the places, and I spend so much money. Awesome! More monoscale fabric. Guys, if you don't know what monoscale fabric is, you need to search it in the group. It is awesome textured scale fabric. And Mona's got lots of pictures of these awesome tumblers that she has done. It's so cool. I still have mine. I haven't finished it, Mona, from that piece you sent me. I have so many work in progresses. Gosh, excuse me again. "23 minutes. That's still a decent drive, but that's not too bad." That's all highway for me to get to any of the places. There's 2 different directions. Actually, there's 3 different directions I can go to do, like the Hobby Lobby, Joann's, Michael's, and all of that. It's just not very pretty of a drive on the interstate. Look at this. I love color shifting glitters. They are my totes fave. Yes, Mona, you do. I want to see it, where you're painting it. And then the inks. I love those tumblers. They look so awesome. All right, one more, guys. Yeah, I have to get another glove. Does anybody have fun colored gloves? I want like some fun colored ones, like some purple and pink and yellow and orange. I want fun colored latex gloves, but not like ones that are super expensive. I looked some up on Amazon one time and they were really expensive. I don't know why. If anybody knows where I can get fun colored latex gloves, hit a girl up. Let me know. And then my black cat mixed with some holographic and additive for some bling. Oh. Take it off first. Joy, Sarah. right. So sparkly. Again, since the primarily black cat doesn't sparkle under epoxy, just this little bit of the holographic that I added will give it just this subtle, chunky sparkle. It's hopefully be very witchy for my Halloween. And like I said before, if you're doing the epoxy method, just always come back and kind of keep an eye out for any spots that start looking slick. Especially if you're in other Tumblr groups, you've probably seen people post these images of tumblers that have part of it looks textured, part of it looks really slick, asking, you know, what happened, what caused this, and that is most definitely too much epoxy. I had a cup that looked like that I had done, where I didn't keep an eye on it. That's what happens when you drink wine and craft. This is it. Maybe. This one didn't do it a whole lot, but so there's no flood coat on this. So you see these areas like right there where the texture just looks different right there. Those are areas where the epoxy actually ran and dripped because I had too much and the glitter was all absorbed by it. So you can just see like right there. Can you hear the difference too? Smooth, rough. So all the smooth areas are where my glitter absorbed into the epoxy. So it happens. I did it on the inside of the handles. That's super smooth. Just because I didn't keep an eye on it. If I had stayed down here and kept an eye on it, like I said, just sprinkle some more epoxy on it, or gosh, not epoxy, some glitter on top of those heavy epoxy areas. You'll just build the glitter up so you don't have those slick areas. Alright guys, so that's it. I will I'll probably go live when I do my flood coat, just so y'all can see that, and for those of you who haven't done it before, interested, you can see kind of the whole procession, all the steps of it. So if there's anything that you want to see, even the most basic of steps, please let us know. We're also going to be looking at ways to better organize tutorials and lives, things like that, so that they're all together, so resources are all together. So we're going to be looking into that. So you may see some more updates, but Mona has a fantastic online database that she keeps up with, but she did also post, if you go live, please tag, follow her instructions from her post, so that way we're not just all relying on Mona and her fantastic organization and technical computer skills to keep our stuff clean for our group. It is in the announcements, but also just a reminder that there are now sister groups with Curious Crafters and MBM Fabrics. So there is a separate sister MBM Fabrics group where it's not just about cups and tumblers. So with all the fantastic fabrics and all the things that we can do in the craft world with the fabric, wanted to make sure that there was a place where everybody that sews and does bags and no-sew things, that they have somewhere in a forum that they can share their creations, where they're not also getting lost kind of in the weeds of all of the other tumbler, glitter, coaster, all of those things too. So if you are a sewer or aspiring sewer, make sure that you join MBM Fabrics. There's going to be lots of tutorials and patterns and basics. So even if you've never sewn anything before in your life, there's going to be some resources there for you as well. And still share all of your fabric creations. So even if you are just doing the fabric tumblers, make sure you join the group so you can share all of the fabrics and wonderful cups and tumblers and coasters and things that you create with your fabrics purchased from Carmen. So anything fabric related, please go on and join there. I believe Carmen posted that there's going to be a giveaway once they get 100 members, which they're really close from what I saw this morning. I think it was like 94, so real close. So hop on over there, join, follow that group, and show your support as Carmen continues to grow her business. Don't forget, there is a spotlight thread for your tumblers that will be going on all month, and then we will feature you on the website and in the group as one of our spotlight creators with our MBM fabrics. And any live or pre-recorded tutorials will automatically put you in for our tutorial giveaway at the end of the month. Go online, check out the fabrics, and remember there is also a flash pre-order for some Halloween themed fabrics. The Hocus Pocus one is fantastic, and I haven't seen anything like it either. It's kind of pastel watercolor, Sanderson Sisters. So there's 2 versions of that are available on mbmfabrics.com. That flash pre-order ends next Friday, and I believe that Carmen said the turnaround time was just at about 7 weeks, so super fast. She worked with the printers on that. So hope everybody has a fantastic weekend. Don't forget to post all of your fun crafty things and share with us, and I will see you guys later. Bye.